The role of Alex proved to be one of the most challenging and physically demanding of McDowell's career, before or since. During the shoot, McDowell suffered through broken ribs, having his head repeatedly dunked in soiled water for agonizing minutes at a time, and having his eyelids pried open while dressed in a straitjacket. All the while, he maintained his character's sense of wild abandon. Kubrick pushed him to the brink and beyond. In spite of these challenges, and Kubrick's occasional lack of sensitivity, McDowell maintained a tremendous respect for the filmmaker.
Yeah, he was very smart on what, people wanted and stuff like that, and he was very calculating about it. He was very smart. He was a good producer, so he wanted to make a small-budget film after 2001 to show people that he could, make a small-budget film as well as a big-budget film that ran kind of out of control. Because nobody knew how much all these special effects would cost. This was before computerized graphics and all that stuff. Thank God, actually, because the effects in 2001 are far superior to most of these computer-generated things, I think.
I think so, too.
They're amazing because they're models. They're amazing. That spaceship flying and moving at this graceless pace is, it's one of the most mind-blowing sequences and the most beautiful things I've ever seen on film.
So the budget for Clockwork was at $2 million, so that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, minute. It was minute compared to what he'd just done. So, and even though it was a small budget, we still shot, I think, for 8 months. That was the shooting schedule. That was rather long. God almighty, I think they managed to shoot Lawrence of Arabia, most of it in 8 months. Of course, he was completely and utterly obsessive. He wasn't quite as nutty when I worked with him. I don't remember. I remember doing lots of takes in one scene only. If it got to 20 takes, that was very rare. We usually got it early. But I remember one, because it was a very difficult track shot, we actually got to 50. And I said to him, do you mind going to 1A? I can't bear to hear take 50. And he went, no. He would never even turn the camera over unless there was something that he deemed that was magical to shoot.
Right.
And, it took a lot of rehearsal, a lot of time working it out. And once it was worked out, he'd go in and figure out where to put the camera. And this is the interesting thing. He wouldn't have, one of these cartoon things where all the shots are made up, which I think are, I hate that. I hate that. But, of course, the money people insist on that from every director. They insist on it. But that takes all spontaneity away, in a way. So if something happens on the set, you want to go with that. You don't want to be stuck with your little cartoon things.
It is often said that Kubrick was a master manipulator, the ultimate puppet master who controlled every last detail of a film set and an actor's performance. Anyone who actually worked with the man, however, disagrees with this assessment. In fact, Kubrick provided the ultimate freedom to explore, not defining the scene prior to shooting, but allowing it to build organically,